Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0842, indicates an issue with the transmission fluid pressure sensor or switch A circuit, specifically reflecting a low voltage condition. This error is crucial because it suggests problems in the sensor's electrical circuit, but does not point to mechanical faults within the transmission itself. The transmission fluid pressure sensor sends vital information about the fluid pressure in the continuously variable transmission (CVT) system. This information is essential for the transmission control module (TCM) to manage the transmission effectively. When this code is set, it's important to troubleshoot the electrical components connected to this circuit to avoid unnecessary transmission repairs. The root of the problem is usually electrical. A short circuit, broken wire, or a faulty sensor is the most common causes. Ensuring these components are functioning correctly will help maintain optimal transmission performance. The transmission fluid pressure sensor is a critical component located within the continuously variable transmission (CVT) assembly of the Honda CRV. Its primary role is to measure the fluid pressure and send this information to the transmission control module (TCM). The TCM utilizes this data for optimizing shift performance and ensuring smooth operation of the vehicle. When the DTC P0842 is triggered, it signifies that the circuit related to the sensor is recording a low voltage, which can lead to improper transmission function. This scenario can escalate into shifting problems if not diagnosed and repaired promptly. The sensor is connected to the TCM via a wiring harness, highlighting the importance of examining these electrical connections first when troubleshooting this fault. The TCM's correct functioning depends heavily on accurate input from the pressure sensor. Several factors can contribute to the occurrence of DTC P0842. Primarily, the error indicates an electrical circuit problem, which merits thorough investigation of the involved wiring and connections. A faulty transmission fluid pressure sensor can also lead to this DTC being triggered, as it may not correctly relay pressure readings to the TCM. Further, shorted or open wires can disrupt the flow of electrical signals, causing a miscommunication between components. Poor connections, such as corroded terminals or loose connectors, could also impede the performance of the electrical circuit. If any of these issues are present, it can cause the sensor to produce lower than normal voltage readings, directly leading to the P0842 code being generated. Correctly identifying and rectifying these issues is essential for restoring proper function to the transmission system. When DTC P0842 manifests, there are several symptoms that may become apparent to the driver. One of the primary issues is transmission shifting problems, which can range from harsh shifts to the transmission feeling stuck in a gear. Drivers may also notice a warning light illuminated on the dashboard, indicating that the vehicle's onboard diagnostics are recognizing a fault. Additionally, poor acceleration can occur due to the TCM not receiving the correct data about the fluid pressure, resulting in compromised vehicle performance. Unusual sounds during transmission operation may also be present, including grinding or slipping noises, which could indicate underlying issues in the transmission that might be exacerbated by the sensor's faulty readings. Being alert to these symptoms is crucial for timely diagnosis and repair to avoid further damage to the vehicle's transmission system. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0842 involves verifying the problem by preparing the vehicle for a diagnostic check. Begin by turning the vehicle to the on mode without starting the engine. Once in this state, use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear any existing DTCs. This process helps reset the system and clear the previous error codes. After clearing the codes, check specific parameters with the HDS, particularly focusing on the driven pulley pressure sensor's voltage readings. The expected value should be less than 0.21 volts according to the diagnostic data. If the current conditions match this threshold, it indicates that the failure has been duplicated, and you can proceed to the next troubleshooting step. However, if the conditions do not match, it may suggest an intermittent failure, and further inspection of connections and wires will be necessary. For the second step, start by turning the vehicle to the off or lock mode to ensure safety while working with the electrical components. Next, disconnect the 3P connector of the CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor. This disconnection will allow you to separately test the sensor's functionality. Once the connector is removed, turn the vehicle to the on mode again without starting the engine, and check the same voltage parameters with the HDS. As before, the voltage reading from the driven pulley pressure sensor should be below 0.21 volts to proceed further in the troubleshooting process. If it matches these conditions, you can transition to the next step. If the readings do not match, it could imply a deeper issue, requiring checks for potential faults in the wiring and connections leading to the transmission control module. In this step, you will check for any shorted wires in the PDN line, which connects the CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor to the TCM. Begin by ensuring the vehicle is in the off or lock mode to minimize risk while handling electrical components. Jump the SCS line using the HDS, making sure to wait for more than 1 minute. This action protects the TCM from any potential damage during testing. After performing this step, disconnect the 50P connector from the TCM for a thorough inspection. Now, check for continuity between the specified test points. Test point 1 is the female terminal number 2 at the disconnected 3P connector, and test point 2 is the body ground. If there is continuity detected between these points, it indicates a short to ground within the PDN wire, necessitating repairs. If continuity is not present, the PDN wire is intact, and further investigation into the TCM or other related components is warranted. The final troubleshooting step focuses on identifying any open wires in the VCC4 line, which is critical for the sensor's operation. Start by measuring the voltage between the defined test points while the vehicle is in the on mode. As in previous steps, ensure the 3P connector from the CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor remains disconnected during this test. Test point 1 corresponds to the female terminal number 3 at the 3P connector, while test point 2 is the body ground. The measured voltage should ideally be around 5 volts. If you confirm that the VCC4 wire is functioning correctly with the appropriate voltage, it suggests that the issue lies with the CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor itself, requiring replacement. Should the voltage reading be significantly lower or absent, however, that points to an open circuit requiring repairs along the VCC4 wire connection leading to the TCM. After completing repairs for DTC P0842, it's imperative to conduct a final verification of the work performed. Start by using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the DTC from the system, which resets the monitoring for the vehicle's systems. Following the clearing of the code, take the vehicle for a test drive under various driving conditions to ensure that it operates smoothly and does not trigger the DTC again. It's advisable to recheck the parameters with the HDS after the test drive to confirm that the readings from the driven pulley pressure sensor fall within the acceptable range, indicating effective sensor operation. If the code reappears, further investigation may be needed to ensure that all connections are secure and that there are no underlying issues. Proper verification is critical to guarantee that the repairs address the original problem without any recurrences. Preventive maintenance plays a key role in avoiding issues such as DTC P0842 in Honda CRV models from 2017 to 2022. Start by regularly inspecting electrical connections, including those related to the transmission fluid pressure sensor, to ensure they remain clean and free from corrosion. Poor connections can lead to erroneous readings and DTC codes. It's also important to use quality transmission fluid recommended by Honda, as substandard fluids can affect the functionality of the transmission system and sensor performance. Equally, maintaining proper fluid levels is vital, as low fluid levels can lead to inconsistent pressure readings from the sensor. Implementing these maintenance practices can significantly reduce the likelihood of encountering issues related to the DTC, promoting a healthier transmission system and enhancing the lifetime of the vehicle. In summary, Diagnostic Trouble Code P0842 in the Honda CRV models from 2017 to 2022 indicates a low voltage from the transmission fluid pressure sensor circuit, primarily due to electrical issues rather than mechanical faults. The troubleshooting process emphasizes the importance of checking specific parameters, ensuring connections are secure, and inspecting for shorts or opens in the wiring. Each troubleshooting step is designed to isolate and identify the root cause of the error, ultimately guiding you to the correct solution. Additionally, adherence to preventive maintenance practices can greatly minimize the occurrence of such DTCs in the future. By regularly inspecting and maintaining electrical connections and transmission components, vehicle owners can enhance the efficiency and longevity of their Honda CRV, ensuring optimal performance on the road. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.